When are we going to count spirit?
We'll wait and we'll do it after recess because right now we have Mr. Baker's kiddos with us. So, and we don't have a lot of time to do math before we move on to, yeah, we just don't have a lot of time to do math before recess. So we got to get our time focused here. So any questions on this first page, guys? Any questions on page 13 for math?
So after you explained to me how to do like the top equations, I was kind of confused because if 4 can't go into 32, it can only go into, or it can go into 36 though. And then I was
no, actually 4 can go into 32 also, because 4 times 8 is 32.
But then I get stuck after that.
Okay.
To multiply it by.
Okay, just this one, or were there others also?
Not really anymore.
Okay, so on number 4 then, we had, let's see how this is gonna work. We had that 5 over 32 plus 1/4. And like we just said, we can do 32 as our denominator. So that one stays 5 over 32. And then 4 times 8 makes 32. So 1 times 8 is 8. And now 5 plus 8 is 13. And my denominator is 32. Okay, Ashlyn, Jordan, I see your hand is up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do.
Okay, Jaslyn.
On number 3, would 10/36 work?
10 over 36?
Yeah, on number 3. I emailed you yesterday and you said that 36 worked.
36 works for a denominator. Let's see what it would be. 2/9 plus 1/6. It might be 10. So, and we want 36 as our denominator, right? And remember, some of these are just possible answers because you can do different things to your denominator. Like number 5, you could have used 18 for your denominator. That's okay. 9 times 4 is 36. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 6 is 36. 1 times 6 is 6. 8 and 6 is 14 over 36.
Oops.
That's okay. Other questions? All right, let's take a look at the other side. Remember, if you're just raising your hand in your picture, I can't see you guys. I need you to either just unmute or raise your hand virtually if you have questions, if I'm not seeing you. And I know you can't see 27 yet. I'll move it up in just a minute. All right, any questions on page 14?
You went too fast on the top.
Okay, I'll move it back down in just a second. Any questions?
What was number 27?
Number 27 was 36 free throws. All right, guys. if you didn't finish correcting, that's okay. I added these answers to Otis this morning, so you can always go into Otis to double check. But let's go ahead and set that aside for now and take a look at what we are doing today. Today, we are moving on to lesson 1-8, which is just subtracting with unlike fractions. Yesterday we did adding, today we're subtracting. So not a big change from yesterday. So you are going to get more practice on that finding common denominators, which will be good and helpful. So does somebody want to read question number 1 for me? Just go ahead and read it. Somebody unmute and read.
Annie used 7/9 yard of ribbon in her dress. Jasmine used 5/6 yard of ribbon in her dress. Which girl used more ribbon? How much more did she use?
All right. So first off, with subtraction, you know, it's important to put the bigger number first so you're able to subtract. So we need to figure out which one of those numbers is going to come first. Which one is bigger, 5/6 or 7/9? So first we have to compare those two. Does anybody have a thought on how we could compare those?
We can use the butterfly method.
You can do butterfly, absolutely. What's 6 times 7?
42.
42. What's 9 times 5?
45.
45. So 5/6 is bigger. So which girl used more ribbon?
Jasmine.
You got it, Jasmine, because Jasmine had 5/6 yards. So Jasmine used more ribbon.
Sorry,
So
what
now they
page
need
is this on?
page 19.
Okay.
So now we have our subtraction problem, right? Because they want to know how much more she used. So now I'm going to stack them. 5/6 minus 7/9. 5/6 minus 7/9. So what can I use for my common denominator? I could use 54 because I know 9 times 6 is 54. But let's see if we can find a smaller one. Does 6 go into 9?
No.
No. So I'm going to count by 9s. Does 6 go into 18?
Yes.
Yes, it does. 18 is now going to be my denominator. Okay, let's figure out my equivalent fractions now. How do I get from 6 to 18?
Multiply by 3.
Multiply by 3,
Times
so you
3.
multiply
5 times 3?
15.
Yep, 15 is that numerator. How do I get from 9 to 18?
Multiply by 2.
2.
2.
Times 2. What's 7 times 2?
14.
14. Can I subtract 14 from 15?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, what do I get?
1/18.
1 over 18.
Yep, so how much more did she use? 1/18 yard.
1/18.
Uh-oh, somebody's still waking up. All right, somebody read me number 2.
Mr. Sue and Miss Franks are in the same book club. Mr. Sue is 5/8 of the way through this month's book. Mr. Franks is 3/5 of the way through the book. Who has read more of the book? How much more has he read?
Awesome. So we got to start off comparing 5/7 and 3/5 to see who has read more. Are we doing butterfly again? What's 7 times 3?
21.
5 times 5?
25.
25. Who has read more?
Let's.
Mr. Sue.
Mr. Sue.
Oh, wait.
Yep. So now we got to set up our subtraction problem, right? So Mr. Sue, his number is going to be on top. So 5/7 minus 3/5. Let's figure out our common denominator. Can 5 go into 7?
No.
Nope.
No. Let's count by 7s. Can 5 go into 14?
No.
No. Can 5 go into 21?
No.
No.
Can 5 go into 28?
No.
No.
Can 5 go into 35?
Yes.
Yes. 35 is our denominator.
35.
How do I get from 7 to 35?
You
Times
multiply by 5.
Multiply by 5.
5 by
Times
5.
5. What's 5 times 5?
25.
25.
25. How do I get from 5 to 35?
Multiply by 7.
5 by 7.
What's 3 times 7?
21.
21.
Do that subtraction, friends. What's my answer?
4/35. 4/35.
4/35.
4/35 of a cookie?
No,
Nope.
35th
Of a book.
The book.
4/35 of a book.
4/35 of the book. You got it. All right, one more. Somebody read me number 3.
Remy's glasses are one half full. Will's glass is 3/8 full. Whose glass is fuller? How much
Remy.
fuller?
Okay. Oh, I heard somebody shout Ramy's glass. How do you know that already without even doing anything?
Because
Because
one half.
Because it's half.
One half is bigger than 1/8.
Yeah, because
4/8
3/8 is not a half, but 4/8
4/8
is
is half, and that's 3/8.
Oh, I love it. I
and
think
half.
that might have been Nikita who I just heard shout out. 3/8 is less than a half.
Shout it out, Remy.
Yep. 3/8 is less than a half. That's what I was looking for. Because half is a half, right? But 4/8 would make a half. But he only has 3/8. So that tells me that Remy has more, which I did hear that from the beginning, but I was looking for why. How do we know that? So Ramy's number needs to go on top. 1/2 minus 3/8. Let's solve it. What's my common denominator going to be? Anybody know?
8.
8.
I like it. 8, because 2 goes into 8, right? Makes it easy on us. How do I get from 2 to 8?
You multiply by 8, 4.
Times 4. What's 1 times 4?
4.
4.
And then this one is just going to be 3/8. Let's 4 take away 3. What's my answer going to be?
1/8.
1/3. 1/8.
1/8. Well, that's okay. All right. So you see how these are very similar to what we did yesterday? We're just subtracting instead of adding. Same type things, right? Let's flip the page. Let's skip all the way to number 22.
Oh, it's
Can you please mute?
I muted everybody.
Thanks.
My power. All right. So we're skipping all the way to 22. The others are practice, and I know that you're going to get some practice in your homework. And I'm going to stay on with you at the beginning of homework, so that way if you have questions, you can ask. But I want to just work on these last few together, just for some practice on figuring out which number is greater and solving those word problems. So when I look at 22, the direction, circle the greater fraction, then write and solve the subtraction problem. Let's just figure out which is the greater fraction. So 4/5 and 8/9. Well, if you remember back to the ways that we solve these are both just 1 unit away from a whole, right? 1 unit away from a whole. Which unit is a smaller unit? Is a 5th smaller or is a 9th smaller?
The 9th.
It's equal.
Smaller
9.
part. There's a
9th.
smaller part that is missing.
Yep, 9ths are smaller, right? 1/9 is smaller than 1/5. So 8/9 is a lot closer to a whole. So 8/9 is actually my greater fraction. So if I were going to subtract these, I would say 8/9 minus 4/5. We're not going to solve it, but. And if you wanted to still do your butterfly method, 8 times 5 is 40, 9 times 4 is 36. Look at that. We got it right. How about 3/10 and 2/5?
2/5.
I hear 2/5 is greater.
2/5
Okay.
is greater.
You're right, because how many tenths is 2/5?
2.
2.
I mean 4.
4.
It's closer to
4.
1/2.
It is 4/10, and 4/10 is more than 3/10. So that makes that our bigger one. So if I was going to write my subtraction problem, the bigger number is going to come first. Okay?
Yeah.
And how about the last one? 1/6 and 3/20. Let's do butterfly on this one. 6 times 3 is
18.
Oh, 18.
18. 20 times 1 is
20.
20.
20. Which one's bigger?
1/6.
1/6. So I would
1/6.
say 1/6 minus 3/20. Okay. So just remembering those ways that we compare fractions so we can figure out which ones are greater than and which ones are the smaller ones so we can set it up correctly. Because I'm going to tell you guys something that I don't know if it's okay to tell you or not. So you'll have to lean in close and listen to this. There are things that your math teachers tell you as you're growing up that change as you get older. Not that we're lying to you now, but just as you get older and you understand more about math, some things change. But right now, I'm telling you, the bigger number always comes first. But in a couple years, you're going to learn that's not always true. But right now, for 5th grade, that's the truth. Okay? But when you learn that you can set them up the other way and have the smaller number first, don't say, this triplet lied to me. Because I didn't lie. I warned you that it's not always going to be true. But for your 5th grade math, it's true. Because we're not doing negative numbers in 5th grade, but you'll get there soon. All right. Let's look at number 25. Betty has 2/5 pound of trail mix. Johanna has 3/8 pound of trail mix. Who has more? 2/5 and 3/8. Which one's bigger?
2/5.
2/5, 3/8. Let's do our butterfly. 5 times 3 is?
15. 15.
8 times 2 is?
Wait, it's 3/8.
16.
8 times 2 is 16. Which one's bigger?
2/5.
2/5 is bigger. So Betty has more. How much more does she have? Let's subtract. 2/5 minus 3/8. What's my common denominator going to be?
40. No.
Yep, you're right. It's 40.
Oh.
Because 5 can't go into 8. It can't go into 16, 24, 32, but it can go into 40. How do I get from 5 to 40?
Multiplied by 8.
Multiply by
Times 8. 2 times 8 is?
16.
16.
16. How do I get from 8 to 40?
5.
Times 5.
Times 5. 3 times 5 is?
15.
15. How much more does she have?
15.
1/4.
1/40th.
1/40th pound. What if Betty and Joanna combine their trail mix? Do they have more than or less than 3/4 a pound? Now we're going to combine it. So what are we going to do with these two numbers?
You add it together.
Add it.
2/5 plus 3/8. But hey, are these going to change or are these still the same?
They're still the same.
Same.
Still the same, right? Those are still the same. 16/40th, 15/40th. Oh, I heard it. 31/40th is what they have. But it didn't want to know the total that they have. They want to know, do they have more than or less than 3/4? What do you think? More than or less than 3/4?
Less than.
Or because every 1/4 is 10.
More than.
They have 31.
More than.
More than.
More because
More than.
40th is 1. I mean,
It's 3/4, and because the 4 would
yeah,
be the
30,
40th,
40
and 3 would be the
3/4.
30. So then 31 is more than.
Okay. I do see you guys. I want to give you guys a heads up. I can tell who's talking when they're talking. I have little microphones on my screen, and next to your name, that microphone lights up when you're the one talking. So those of you who come on and make noises at times, I know who you are. Okay. So let's stop that before I have to email your parents and talk to them about it. So 3/4 is the same as 30/40th, and I have 31/40th. So I have more than a half, because I have 31/40th, which is more than 30/40th. Okay. All right. Amaya, question?
I don't have my question anymore. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Mr. Clay,
let's
what
take,
were you saying? All you said was something with the microphone. Then my internet stopped and it said my Wi-Fi was on.
it was a comment directed to those who go on and make noises instead of talking and contributing. I was letting you guys know that on my screen, I have all of your names in a list, and there's a little microphone next to your name. So I can tell when you're talking and who's making the noises. So it might be something that those people don't want to do anymore. Okay. So grab out your planners. We're going to add to it our math, homework and remembering, page 15, 16. We are going to work for about about 14 minutes. We're going to break at 10:30. Right? Yeah, break at 10:30 and we are back at 10:45. Okay. I'm going to stay on for now until our recess time at 10:30. So if you have questions or need help, I'm still here to help you. If you're good and you don't need help, you can log off and start getting to work. You don't need to do any more out of your student activity book. Okay. We're not going to do all those practice problems in your student activity book. We're going to just move straight to our homework. I see some hands raised. I'm going to give it a minute for people to drop off, and then I will get your guys' questions.
Thank you.
You
Bye.
bet.
Bye.
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 Bye.